What up? Well, 27 days left. Lainey has decided to come over this weekend. And she and Shayna and I are gonna go back to Staircase. So she's gonna do a hike with me. So I got my girls doing a hike with me, which is super cool. So I can make it an adventure. And that means that like this month, I'll have, because I've got, well, this will be 3 adventures this month. I've got one planned for the 16th, I've got one planned for the 19th, and I've got one planned for this weekend. And I really was only planning on doing one more, but this is cool. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited that my girls decided they want to do an adventure with me. So we'll go back out there. And then on the 16th, I have my next tattoo set up. So I'm doing that. So lots to go on. You know, there's some stuff going on in my life right now that I'm working through. Like always. There's always going to be stuff going on, I realize. Life is full of stuff going on. And it's life, you know? And so I work through it a couple ways. I work through it by going to the gym. I work through it by doing these videos. I work through it by going and adventuring. I work through it by going to the gym. I no longer just sit around and scroll on my phone as things go on in my life that bother me. I definitely needed to do this tonight, for sure. And then I'll come home. Normally I go to this meeting at 10:30, this IHOP meeting, and I'm gonna stay at home and watch TV with the kids. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. We'll just get, like, you know, mentally prepared. Well, it's not tomorrow, but yeah. And tomorrow's my home group. So yeah, clearly you can see I'm in my head. But it's okay. I think I'm gonna work some steps tonight. So I'll do this, watch a movie with the kiddos, and then do some step work. You know what? I'm gonna strap that kayak on top of my car, and I'm gonna go, I just passed this lake area, and I'm gonna do part 2 of that video sometime this weekend. I'm gonna do that too and make this an all adventure weekend. That'd be a great idea. So, well, get my hair cut. Today's, just for today, was about honesty. I posted that. Being honest with myself and others. And I had a wonderful day at work. I had a customer come in and they gave me some tips on where to go hike. In the last 2 days, I've met 2 customers that hike. One that's been doing it for 20 years and one that just started doing it. And so it was cool to get tips from people that do what I'm doing now. And so I got like 2 places I'm gonna go do. And I like that these people do them by themselves. They do them by themselves. Which is super cool because I know that there's gonna be some adventures I do by myself. I don't know if I want to be 2 hours off the grid with no cell phone service and nobody knows where I'm at. That's pretty gangster. I'm not planning on doing that. I want people to know where I'm at so I don't, something doesn't happen. But I do know this, if I ever do that, I'll be, you know, I'll have the proper protection just in case an animal runs up on me, because a knife isn't just going to cut it. So that's in the mix. That's going to happen. And so, yeah. Monday's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It's cool that it's just going to happen. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to work through something. And then I'm going to come home and we're going to watch cool TV. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than this is like a check-in, a journal check-in. And my recommendation, if you're watching this and you're going through it, is exercise. Talk about it. Write about it. Make meetings about it. Every little thing that we can do to get things off of our chest. Meditate. This is my form of meditation. You know, I recommend finding a form of meditation. I don't care if it's freaking planting or whatever. Something where, like, when you're in your head, you're doing that instead. It really helps. I already know when I come out of here, I'm going to feel better. I already know that because I've already done that so many times this year. I have found that it works every time, even a little bit. But also what I'm doing right now on this video helps too. So yeah, I'm pretty excited that I'm going to do this. I'm pretty excited for my weekend. I didn't even know what was going to happen this weekend. Lainey said she wanted to come through and she said she wanted to go on a hike, and I said, okay, let's do it. And then all of a sudden Shayna's going to do it too. So now it's all planned and ready to, you know, and where I was feeling upset earlier today, because I was, you know, I got some information that made me upset, and I'm not going to go into that. Now I'm feeling like everything is going to be okay. Well, I mean, like, I already feel like everything happens the way it's supposed to. So I don't really trip too much when shit happens that I don't like. But I also know that I do these other things that help me focus, and they help me with acceptance. They help me with faith. And so what doesn't help me is scrolling on my phone. And that's an addiction I have, that if I don't do these things, that's all I'm gonna do. And I'll sit there and I'll just be like frozen to my chair, and I'll just keep scrolling. And some of that stuff makes me laugh, and some of it makes me sad, and some of it, you know, but none of it really does help me. And but it's still important too that I have laughter. So a lot of those videos are funny. When I can watch something where I'm cracking up laughing, that's good for me. But I also need to do this too. So I do recommend it if you're, you know, getting clean or staying clean, or you're not sure what to do next. You know, do something that where you're moving around really does the job for me, and it may do the job for you. And then, you know, add to that, you know, I've got a bunch of stuff that I do that helps. So yeah, I figure 10 minutes of sharing how I'm feeling. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm feeling excited, and I'm feeling I'm sad a little bit, but for the most part, I'm good. Well, you know, I'll be okay. I'm excited that I'm going to go walk in here and just get a lot of this, you know, ick out. and then I'll come home and then I'll enjoy my kids. So, and this is my Friday, you know, this is my Friday. So I did good at work, and yeah, 27 or 26 more days and I'll have 1 year clean, and I'm going to keep pushing the way I'm pushing. That's all I got. I'm out.